Hi, welcome to Business Forward. This is Travis Markwood with the Lancaster-Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce. Today we're at the Meals on Wheels headquarters here at Olivedale Senior Center. I'm with Anna Tobin. You're the director at Meals on Wheels, correct?
Yes, I've been here about a year and a half now. Wonderful organization. Yes, we're here at the lovely Olivedale Park, and we are part of the Olivedale Senior Center location here at 253 Boving Road here in Lancaster.
We're standing beside one of the vehicles here that you guys use to deliver the meals. You had a whole fleet here. It's a busy time right now since we're setting up for the show today. But tell me a little bit about Meals on Wheels, kind of how long they've been serving the community and kind of how it got started here.
Right. Well, Meals on Wheels, our mission really is to help improve the quality of life for older adults here in Fairfield County. And we've been doing that for over 40 years. And I love the story of how it all began was Sister Lucille Stewart would be taking soup to older people here in the community who were not able to get out and eat. And she brought in Thelma Dagger and some other people in the community to help her serve those meals. And it just kept growing and growing. We did some cooking out of the caterers there in the YMCA for a while, and then after we outgrew that, we came here to Olivedale. So in 1997, they did a renovation to the facility, and since that time, we've doubled our production, and we're serving over 800 meals each day go out the door for home delivery or congregate sites.
Yeah, 800 meals. Okay. Well, how does that all work? I mean, you have your nonprofit organization, so you have a board of directors. How are you organized? How's your funding happen?
Right. We do. We have a 15-member board of directors who oversee the agency. We're funded through the Senior Service Levy, the Meals on Wheels Senior Service Levy, and it provides about 2/3 of our budget. The rest of our budget comes through the Ohio Department on Aging, through the Central Ohio region. And so we have Title III funds that help support our food programs and some of our supportive services. And I think that's what's really interesting at Meals on Wheels. We're really so much more than just meals. We have a whole staff of aging office employees who provide our coordination of services for our seniors to help them remain independently living in their homes. And so that can be anything from personal care and homemaking services to the emergency response lifeline, minor home repairs, and utility assistance.
Wow, I didn't realize you did all those things. Yeah, absolutely.
And then ongoing case management, because we're really here for our seniors to help them be independent in their homes and help them live a quality life and help to improve their well-being and just their overall health.
Excellent. Well, you do a lot, so it takes a lot of volunteers, I have to assume, and I saw a lot of them when we were in the facility here. How many volunteers do you have, and how many staff people?
Right. Currently, we're at about 42 staff. That's half full-time, half part-time. We have 7 county routes that we're out delivering, and those are paid staff. And then here in the city of Lancaster, we have, I believe it's 8 other routes that we deliver, and those are mostly staffed by volunteers. And we have about 25 volunteers helping us at this point, but always in need of more volunteers. There's so many different ways that you can volunteer with us, not only delivering the meals, but also kitchen assistance, helping in the dining rooms. We have a telefriend program that we encourage people to step up to the plate and just give our seniors a call, because many times, our volunteers or our staff are the only people that these seniors see in a day. And so the more you can reach out to them and help them feel cared for and safe in our community, the better.
Excellent. Now, again, you have a fleet of vehicles here that help you deliver these meals. How many vehicles?
We do. We have 21 vehicles. Isn't that amazing? And so, like I said, we have 7 county routes, which those are the white trucks that you see out and about. And then we have minivans for transportation. We have some of these elements here that some of our staff will have to deliver meals in as well. And then our assessors are out and about doing their in-home assessments in the vehicles.
Sure. Busy around here.
It is busy. It is like a beehive.
Yeah, I couldn't even find a place to stand in there. I was just in the way the whole time.
Right.
But
very busy. Over 2,000 clients a year that we're serving, and really reaching out to the community any way we can to get our seniors, help educate them what's available for them in the community to help keep them safe in their own homes.
Excellent. Well, I know we want to see a little bit more of the operation, so why don't we head into the kitchen and take a look and see how these meals are prepared.
Oh yeah, that'll be great.
Hi, welcome back to Business Forward. Again, this is Travis Markwood with the Lancaster-Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce. We've made our way into the facility here at Meals on Wheels, and we're standing in what is kind of considered the preparation area for packing carts up and heading out on the routes to get these meals out. And we're with a volunteer, Phil. Phil, thanks for being on the show. Tell me a little bit about what you do for the organization.
Well, thanks for talking with me. What I do is I deliver meals. I have a route in the city. I deliver meals to about 25 clients, and it's a daily thing. I come in around 10:30. I'm usually done by noon, so it's not a terribly time-consuming job, but it's important. Take care of a lot of different people.
Absolutely. Now you see the same people on your route every day?
Same people, as long as they're still on the route. You know, we get new ones and we have some people that drop off, but for the most part, it's the same people over and over.
I assume they appreciate the visit too, as well.
Well, they do. It's more than just a meal. It's a wellness check. It's sometimes the only person they get to talk to in a day. So we get to know their dogs. We get to know their children. We get to know about their lives.
Right.
It's very interesting.
Right. Now you run a route as a volunteer, but the volunteers here do a lot of different things, right? You want to talk about some of the other functions?
Yeah, they do. And while I don't do them, I know that there are volunteers who can pack meals, who can help serve meals to people at the congregate sites. There's people that do yard work.
Okay,
There's
yeah,
all kind of
yeah,
different
absolutely.
things to get done here. So volunteers are always needed, and it's a really rewarding thing to do.
Excellent, excellent. Well, just a big thank you from the community, if you will, for your time that you're spending. I'm sure that it's well needed here, and it's great that you're out there seeing these folks.
Okay, thanks a bunch.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go take a look now at how they're packaging up the meals on these carts and getting them into the vehicles. And this is an everyday occurrence, and we'll look at that process just a little bit here. Well, we're here with Penny, and actually, she's going to talk a little bit about how they actually prepare these meals, how they package them up and get them out the door and on the routes. Now, a cart like this goes out quite a few times this time of day,
we have
and
several routes.
we start in the kitchen,
We
right,
start in
with
the
these.
kitchen,
Okay, talk to me a little
And
bit.
the kitchen, there's an assembly line, and they put everything in the little trays, and it's packaged, and it goes through a sealer, and the meals are sealed, and then they're carried out to these hot boxes.
Okay,
and
so
put
this
in the
is where
hot
warm
box.
food goes here.
Yes.
Okay.
And this holds 14 meals.
Okay.
And usually each route will have 2 of these.
Okay.
So that would be a total of 28 meals. So you can have anywhere from, 25 to 28 meals at one time on each route.
Okay.
And then a lot of times things are started the night before,
Mm-hmm.
and then one of these coolers down here, there'll be a sack, and
Okay.
it'll have their cold items in
Okay.
it. It might be a slice of bread, their fruit, their butter, and things of that sort, and it'll be in the sack, and there'll be a brown sack or a white sack. The white sacks are for the diets.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep.
And then the smaller one here holds their milk.
Okay.
And they can have chocolate milk, 2% milk, or skim.
Okay.
And those are counted out according. In fact, that's part of my job is doing the numbers
Okay.
for the routes
Okay.
and putting those on a paper and giving it to the kitchen, and then they go by that to how many meals each route needs.
Yeah, and there's actually a fairly complex labeling system for all this. Otherwise, you'd kind of get these all mixed up, correct?
Yes, each route, we have routes in the city from A through I.
Okay.
So we have, A route, B route,
Okay.
on down
Sure.
the line. And then we have several county routes also.
Okay. Okay. Now then, once this is prepared, this gets kind of wheeled out
Yes,
the door,
we take
right?
them out
and loaded up
they're
into
loaded
the vehicles.
into our vehicles.
Okay.
And I think everybody has their own system as to what works
How they like
best
to
for
pack their
them.
car,
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. And how many of these carts approximately you think go out each day?
I believe there's 8 city routes
Uh-huh.
or 9 city routes, so
Yeah.
that would be at least 9 carts.
At
And
least 9
a lot of times there will be 2 carts. Like we have the Samaritan Center that'll be extra, and that will be added on to one of the routes.
Okay.
So,
Excellent.
and that's extra coolers for that.
Absolutely.
Route.
Well, Penny, thanks for explaining the process here. I know we're going to go take a look at the kitchen and see where all this is
Okay.
prepared. So we'll head back that way right now.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to the Young Professional Spotlight segment of the show, brought to you by Cryo Communications. And today we're here with Brandy Hurd-Behringer. She's a recruiter for the Lancaster office of Ohio Christian University. Brandy, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, we know Brandy a little bit from a short stint at the Chamber of Commerce as an intern last spring.
Yep.
So we...
Best internship ever.
Oh, good. It was probably the only one, right?
Well, maybe. But that's okay.
We can still call it the best. I like
Yeah,
that.
it was the best.
Anyhow, Brandy did a great job for us with the Chamber last spring, but she made some relationships there with some businesses, and you ended up at Ohio Christian University.
Yes, I did. Luckily
Excellent,
so.
excellent. Well, we'll work backwards from the beginning a little bit.
Sure.
Now, you are a resident of Lancaster, but you haven't always lived here. Where did you
Right.
grow up?
I've been here for a couple of years now, but I actually grew up, I spent my entire childhood in Athens.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Yep.
Good deal. So you've been here for a couple years. Now, I know you were very active at Ohio University Lancaster
Yes, I was.
campus. And tell us a little bit about your education and some of the things you were involved in there.
well, at OUL, I did my undergraduate studies completely in communications. So I worked a lot with Dr. Nikki Blau and Dr. Candace Thomas Maddox. And I became very active in the Lambda Pi Eta Communications Honor Society.
Okay.
So in that, I just kind of grew and grew into it. I ended up in a leadership role within like 2 months.
Okay,
So I
yeah.
took over vice president. We just did a lot of community outreach. That was another way that I came to know Lancaster so much.
Sure.
So we did a lot of, donations and fundraising, and I loved it. I loved them.
Now, there's a big event I think that you were involved in just right before you left at Ohio University in Lancaster, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes,
right?
the Celebrate Women.
Okay, and that was a conference that was
Yes, that's an
sponsored by-
annual conference that is designed just to celebrate all of the famous women and growing to fame women in our area, and it's a wonderful event to be a part of.
Excellent. Let's talk about your career now. Fairly recently hired on at Ohio Christian University. And how's that going?
It's going really well. It's going so well. I'm very, very blessed to be a part of that team. I can't imagine that I could have been blessed with a better employer right out of my undergrad. But yeah, I do a lot of recruiting in the Lancaster area. So I do a lot of setups in the community at different businesses or at job fairs. I like to reach out to people about the different programs that we offer and what levels, which are associate, bachelor, master. And it's the adult-oriented program. So
Okay.
it's a 1 night a week class, and we don't have any exams or clinicals in the case of the Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Excellent. And you do have an office right here in Lancaster?
I do. My office is at 309 West 6th Avenue. It's right on the corner of 6th and Memorial Drive.
Perfect. Now, we've talked a lot about where you grew up, where you went to school, all the things that you do to stay busy, but we know everybody stays busy after work too. So what are some of the things that you
Yes.
like to do, some of the things that keep you busy in your life after work?
Okay, my life after work is very much different. My life after work consists of a lot of outside activities. I like to be on the Hocking River. I like to go canoeing and tubing.
Okay, great.
Kayaking is the all-time best. And I spend that time with my husband and my daughter, Jillian.
Excellent. And your daughter Jillian is how old?
She's 2.
2? Okay.
2 and exhausting me.
Great. Well, I tell you what, it's really been a pleasure getting to know you a little bit more
Thank you.
on the Young Professional Spotlight segment.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We look forward to working with you through Ohio Christian.
Thank you.
And you've been watching the Young Professional Spotlight segment brought to you by Cryo Communications.
As a company of young professionals, Cryo Communications is proud to sponsor this segment. We specialize in helping businesses and organizations get the right message to the right audience, at the right time, and in the right way. To learn more about Cryo Communications and how they can help you with your communication needs, visit them at cryocommunications.com.
Hi, welcome back. We're here with Anna Tobin again with Meals on Wheels, and we made our way into, at the Olivedale Center here, the kitchen and the dining area. And let's talk about the operations that we see going on behind us, Anna.
Right. Well, right here we're in the Sister Lucille's dining room. We seat about 100 seniors each day. We have 2 seatings available for the seniors to come in and have a hot, nutritious meal every day. of the week, 5 days a week.
Okay.
All right. And
Excellent.
behind us, we see our kitchen staff. I believe there's 13 kitchen staff members, and they start about 6 o'clock in the morning getting the food prepared for the day.
Right.
And the food that they prepare is a predetermined menu.
Okay.
We have a registered dietitian on staff who approves the menu that is planned by our nutrition manager. And it's to supply 1/3 of the seniors' daily recommended intake each day. And so we have a nice variety of food available. We do survey our clients and try to get what their likes
Sure.
and dislikes, kind of like with the families and kids, And a lot of times we don't like kale, don't like the spinach, we get that same thing, or the liver and onions. But really good, nutritious, home-cooked meals. We do provide textured diets as well, as far as like a pureed meal for someone who has difficulty swallowing and that type of thing. We do offer diabetic meals, low sugar, heart healthy meals, and that type of thing. So,
Who determines kind of what the rotation of the meals are? Is that your dietitian?
well, that's our nutrition manager. She sets the menu about a month in advance, and it's pre-approved, like I said, before we're able to serve. And just she goes through and offers a nice variety. She mixes it up. In the summertime we'll have seasonal like menus where it's more summer oriented, and in the winter more hearty
Absolutely.
foods.
Now, between segments here, we were talking a little bit about the different locations. You mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I didn't know what some of these facilities actually consist of. But you've got Baltimore and Pickerington, actual
Right.
dine-in spots. Talk a little bit about that.
Right. Part of what we do here at Meals on Wheels, besides the in-home meal delivery, are community meal sites. And this is our largest site here at the Sister Lucille's location. And then we have 5 other sites here throughout Lancaster in the senior living facilities. They could be like in Livingston Arms, Windsor's Place, Pleasant View Place. And they're served the same menu that we're serving here in this dining room. They're packed up and they go along with the drivers. They're delivered to the sites. And then in areas where we don't have congregate sites, we have restaurant sites. And 2 of those locations are one in Baltimore at Mama's Diner and one in Old Village Diner in Pickerington. And the way those work are our clients can sign up to visit the diners. They eat off a pre-approved menu. They can eat, 5 days a week or 1 day a week, whatever works best for them. And they come to the diner, they have their meal, and then, as with all our programs, because we are Title III funded, we ask for a donation, but we never turn anyone away who can't make a donation.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. Very interesting to know. And again, as you can see, it's very busy here. Lots of things going on. I know we want to step to the other side of the facility here a little bit and kind of learn a little bit more about how maybe if you're interested in services from Meals on Wheels, maybe how we get some information about that.
Sure.
Okay.
The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster or 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Business Forward Ribbon Cuttings is brought to you by the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home. Respect for tradition, regard for change. Locations in Lancaster and Baltimore. Visit them at their website at funeralhome.com.
Welcome back to Business Forward. Again, we're here with Anna Tobin, Meals on Wheels, and we're getting ready to go out on site, on location, if you will, and actually experience a delivery. You want to talk a little bit about this client of yours?
Right. Chuck Bishop has agreed to let us film his delivery today. And Chuck, I believe, was a principal with the Lancaster City Schools for many, many years. And he's come to need our services, and we're so glad that we're able to help assist him at this time in his life.
Yeah.
And so he's a great guy. I know you're going to enjoy meeting him. And what that looks like is, we have this army of volunteers who help us deliver those meals each day, Monday through Friday. And it's a knock on the door. It's that friendly face that our clients can see.
Sure.
And actually, it's a little bit of a safety check as well, and that's really comforting for many of our children, who are calling in needing assistance for their parents. They like knowing someone's stopping by each day, and it's quite a comfort for our clients to know that someone's coming to check in on them.
And I assume you find that maybe caregivers or kids or maybe live out of state or something like that, and so it probably is very important.
Exactly.
How often how closely do you work with other family members on this?
Quite often. Each of our clients has an emergency contact, and if we're not able to reach our client when we get to the home, we're knocking at the door, no one's answering, we're calling that emergency contact.
Right.
And it may be something as simple as, Mom had a doctor's appointment today, sorry, I forgot to call in.
Right.
But other times it could be, somebody may have fallen or something like that we need to get a hold of a caregiver to make sure Mom or Dad's okay. And many, times our volunteers do come upon someone who has fallen, and they will call 911 for them, or we're able to hook them up with our Lifeline emergency response system so that they can feel safe in their home, and if they do have a fall or spill, they can reach out for help.
I'm sure every once in a while I get the requests like, hey, my TV's not working right, or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's little things in my light bulb out here. So.
Yeah. Any way we can help, we do.
Yeah, excellent.
We've had great staff members who go above and beyond, and will pull in those garbage cans for them when they stop by, or pick up their mail on the way in. So it's a good,
great
good
service.
stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit about as we wrap up here, if someone's interested or thinks maybe that they qualify or need services, what's the best way? I mean, do they sit down and talk with you? Do you consult with a caseworker?
Right. We have a loving, caring staff on board. Our aging staff will come out and do an in-home assessment with you to see if you qualify. Major qualifiers are 60 and older, living in Fairfield County. For our home-delivered meals, homebound and frail. We often say, if you can't stand to cook. Well, I can't stand to cook, but I'm not 60 and older, so, that's our big joke. So obviously, if you have no one to prepare food for you, we're here to help with that. So those are the main qualifiers. Each of our programs that we offer, whether it's the personal care and the homemaking, the Lifeline, the home repairs, the utility assistance, the Insure program, they all have their own qualifiers, and that's what our assessors will walk through with the client, with their caregivers, just so that we can determine how best to serve the seniors.
Sure. What's the phone number? How do they get a hold of you? You have a website?
Sure. We got a great website, and we encourage you just to Google Meals on Wheels of Fairfield County. That'll bring us right up. Or you can give us a call at 740-681-5050, or you can stop out here at our location at 253 Boving Road here in Lancaster.
Great. Anna, thanks for having us on the show today, and welcome us into your facility. We appreciate it. Keep up the good work. This is a great service you offer to the community.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate being on.
Absolutely. Well, folks, that wraps up our show. Thanks for watching Business Forward. Again, a partnership with the Lancaster Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce and Interphase Video. This has been Travis Markwood. Until next time.